The moving truck pulled up to my mother's house at 7:14 on a Tuesday morning. I know the exact time because I was watching the live feed on my phone from a parking lot 2 blocks away. My brother Caleb had told our family the house needed to be cleared out for estate processing. He said it with the practiced tone of someone who had already decided the outcome. What he didn't know, what nobody in that house knew, was that I had spent the 3 days before that morning installing 4 cameras. He thought he was looting our mother's estate in total silence. He was actually documenting his own felony in 4K. If this is your first time here, subscribe and stay close. This one ends with handcuffs. My mother, Carol, passed on a Thursday in late March after 14 months in hospice care. I was her primary caregiver, not in the emotional sense only, in the calendar sense. I drove her to every appointment for 2 years before hospice started. I reduced my work hours. Caleb was not. He visited maybe 6 times during those 14 months. I counted. He would show up with coffee, sit for an hour, and leave before lunch. He was warm when he was there. He just was almost never there. My mother knew this, and she had planned accordingly. 3 weeks before she died, she updated her will with her attorney. Equal split, both heirs, with a detailed probate inventory attached. The inventory listed 214 items, jewelry, coins, paintings, each cataloged with photographs and a notary stamp. The will reading happened 11 days after the funeral. Caleb sat across the table, looking calm. He didn't argue. He didn't object. He just nodded. That night, I found out he had already called a moving company. My mother's neighbor, Ellen, texted me the following morning. A man had been at the house photographing rooms. I called our attorney immediately. She told me that until probate formally concluded, neither heir had unilateral rights to remove estate assets. So I drove to the house that afternoon and installed 4 hidden cameras. Behind the clock, inside the shelf unit, at the top of the staircase, and at the front eave. Cloud backup. Every minute uploading to an off-site server in real time. Even if he found one, the footage was already gone. I agreed with everything my attorney advised. Then I went home and waited. What I didn't know yet was that Caleb had already moved the timeline up by a day. At 6:52 a.m., my phone buzzed. Motion alert, front camera. An unmarked white truck backing toward the front door. 2 men out first, then Caleb. He had a key. He opened the front door himself and propped it wide. I could see him on the staircase camera, pointing toward the living room cabinet. One of the movers nodded and started opening the doors. The coin collection. 47 certified coins, combined value just over $14,000, all listed in the probate inventory as shared assets. I watched them box it. Caleb walked into the master bedroom. He opened my mother's jewelry armoire. He took the velvet trays out and handed them to one of the movers. I was on the phone with the police non-emergency line before that box was closed. Then I pulled up the probate inventory on my laptop and started matching item by item. Coin collection, gone. Pearl set, gone. The bracelet from my grandmother, gone. 3 paintings. I watched them come off the walls. By 8:40 a.m., the total value I had documented exceeded the felony threshold for grand larceny by a significant margin. If you've ever had family try to take what wasn't theirs to take, stay with me. This isn't over yet. The officers arrived at 9:03. I met them at the corner and showed them the live feed on my tablet. I showed them the probate inventory. I showed them the side-by-side, an item on the inventory, then footage of that exact item being carried out the front door. Caleb came out of the house looking confused, and then very quickly, looking afraid. The officers instructed the movers to stop, then to return everything to the house. The bracelet came out last, still in the velvet pouch. She had trusted that the people she loved would honor what she built. One of them didn't, but the inventory held, the footage held, and in the end, so did she.